Hello guys, this is Fred from Profile, and today I get to unwrap my Christmas present a little ahead of time. I have the opportunity to talk with one of my favorite musicians and someone I can fortunately call a friend, Martin Lopez. How are you doing, mate?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Happy to be finally having this chat with you.
Oh, it's
We spoke
great.
many times about it, but it never happened. So
Now,
nice.
hey, let's start the interview with questions related to the upcoming album, Imperial, a brand new baby to be released on January 29th. This is Soen's fifth album. How's the feeling this time around? I mean, are you nervous, anxious, or calm?
I'm anxious, of course, but I'm very very confident. I think we have a strong album. Everything is there. That is supposed to be there. It's just better than the last one. So I feel very confident and excited. I want people to hear it.
You're looking forward to it.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. You guys released two stunning singles, Antagonist and Monarch. Sorry for my French pronunciation. How's the response so far? Like, is it up to your expectations?
Yeah, I mean, of course it is. I think that when it comes to that part, it's always difficult to separate songs from albums because we really write the album as a whole. So we try to find some kind of balance, and when you start just picking parts out of it, yeah, because we normally try to write a whole album, so we find this balance that we think someone needs to have between more, you know, tranquility and aggression and everything needs to be there, and it's a bit harder when you start just, separating the tracks from each other, pretty much. But we're happy. You can never write music thinking of someone else because I don't know, there's no honesty in it, and that would be putting yourself in a position where you are just chasing you're just doing music because you want to be liked, and we're just doing music because we just love doing music. So it's for us, and we think it's a great album.
Yeah. Well, only a handful of people have had the opportunity to hear the entire album, but for everyone else, what can they expect with Imperial?
I think it's a bit more of a grown-up album in the sense that it's the message is clearer. I think it's more confident, the way we write the songs. Melodies are better, lyrics are better. Joel does an
Oh,
amazing performance on this album. Uh, so if you're into this kind of music and even heavier music, I think you should give it a try because it's a good album.
about the theme or the concept behind the lyrics and the music, can you take us through what Imperial is all about?
Well, Imperial is it's. I think it touches. We kind of always go for the and not go for the same team, but we always kind of talk about stuff that matters to us, and stuff that should matter to anyone on this planet, pretty much. So we avoid, um, love stories that never happened, or fantasy and all that. We feel that as a musician, we have a duty of doing the best we can, even if it's just a little. We have a duty of being the voice uh, that kind of shows that tells about the issues that we are having, and the completely sick pattern we are following on this world. Just this life of just chasing money and instead of chasing happiness. and
Love
the
it.
way that we live. It's just I think it's stuff that everyone thinks about, but it's not important enough, or it doesn't make uh, any clicks. So the media is not really interested in talking about these things, you know. But just this thing about chasing money and kind of having success, being rich as representing success, and we are really against all that. You know, I'm just people working 16 hours to buy a nicer car instead of having a normal car or no car and getting to spend the time doing what they love or spending time with their families.
Very, very nice. Yeah. But so the connection, there's a connection between the songs. It's more about a team, or it's more about how you want to express people, the human being right now on the planet. Like there's no concept as a whole. I don't know if you're.
No. It's not a concept. Uh, Not like that, but it's still there's, let's say that the concept could be humanity
Okay.
and the problems that we are facing, and just the confusion of growing up in this world, or the confusion of being a parent and really don't know, you know, how to raise your kids. It's, you know, raise them to be you know, people who will later be rich, maybe an accountant, and by that, you know, kind of cutting their wings, or raising them to be happy and maybe choose to be an artist, a musician, a circus guy, and not making any money, and by that be rated as failure by society. It's, you know,
No, I
it's
get
a
I
lot
get
of.
it. Yeah. Your previous album, Lotus, was extremely well received by critiques and fans. It was many people's favorite Soen album from the discography. But how does Imperial stack up with Lotus? Like any relations?
I think that we discovered something in Lotus, or we kind of found an identity and a place musically where we felt very comfortable, and we felt it was, you know, ourselves. So we continue on that vein, and just try to make it better. There was you know, small details on Lotus that didn't felt 100%, and those are things we kind of corrected this time. And yeah, that's pretty much what I think.
Well, many people want to know more about the writing process of Soen's music. Like, can you take us on what is a typical day in the writing, and who holds what's responsibility?
Well, I owe the responsibility of making an album pretty much, and I kind of do that at home. I write, you know, for, you know, many hours a day for many months, and then I start when I think I have good material. Joel comes, and we start going through everything, trying some vocals, and see what we want to keep and what feels like has a standard to be on a Soen album, and from there, you know, we just involve Lars and Cody, and start sending files, and making, kind of improving the songs, because the way that I write is not completely final. I try to leave some air for everyone to put their touch to the music. You know.
So, yeah, that's perfect. Following the release of the two singles, some people are wondering if there is a change in the mix comparing to songs from previous albums. Like, was it the intention to change how some of the instruments sound?
Yeah, yeah, it was. This album, we kind of feel that um, we need to do things for ourselves, we want to develop all the time. We had the chance of doing exactly the same, producing with Iñaki and David, and then mixing with David and all that. But these songs were calling for something different. They had this raw energy that was calling for a mix where we could have that wide kind of American sound, where the vocals kind of surround you pretty much, instead of this really clear prog European sound when you get to hear all the instruments perfectly. We wanted to kind of just go for the song and the message, and we went. So we went for it, and it sounds different, and it feels really good because we think it sounds great, and it really fits the idea of the album, and it's something that a new experience that that make us happy. You cannot really stay on the same place and do the same thing and be comfy and everything is gonna be good. It's not the way we are as people. So we gotta gamble.
Uh, Going back on the writing of music, like was there a lot of songs left over from your writing that didn't make the cut for the album?
Yeah, I think like proper songs written from the beginning to the end, 2025. And besides that, half songs, 100.
Wow.
I really get into somehow obsessive when it comes to the writing, and I spend 12 hours a day for months, even Saturday, Sundays, and just write, and until I'm kind of just losing my mind, and I don't do it for 2 months, and then I go back to that. So there's a lot of material.
Well, do you start writing lyrics or do you start writing like sound or like how do you do it?
It, I just follow the thing with writing songs, I think, is that they pretty much tell you what to do. When you find something that you think is good enough, that you feel strong about, the song pretty much tells you, guides you. Write more, write less. You need to say something here, or even say something about this thing that you had in your mind for a long time, and you just follow it. Sometimes you just write one riff and you start writing lyrics to it, and you have a whole lyric, and then you go back to the music, and there's not really
A
a
pattern.
formula. I think. Nah, you gotta be free and follow your heart, pretty much.
Okay. Is it the objective to keep the song titles as one single word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think that the plan that we had pretty much from the beginning with this band, try to involve the listener, and not uh, serve everything. Just get them close, get them to be interested in what we are saying, get them to explore the music and the different layers. I think it's just where we come from ourselves, from the music that I love, and well, there's something more than just entertainment, or something more than just headbanging. You gotta connect to the songs, and I think just one word title is more inviting the listener to get in there and find out why, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, it goes the same with the your design of the albums. Like it's often it is just a logo, or like this time around it's a snake, a beautiful snake. So like it looks like you're giving just a little bit of detail and then let the people explore. Like
Yeah, yeah, that's how it should be. I mean, best album ever for me is The Wall,
And
and
it
part
just
of it is
breaks.
just it's just bricks, and there's so much behind those bricks. That it's. I know you understand. You're a
Oh,
prog head.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just that progressive rock, they often do those crazy, album covers with so much details but with Soen, it's totally different. It's one thing, focus on one thing and then explore. And I love it. It's different and I really love it. Someone loves to be on the road and play in front of live audiences. Time has changed a lot since last time we met. Can you tell us how 2020 will be remembered for you and the band members?
It's, well, a weird year, a sad year, right? Not only, of course, not because we didn't get to tour, that is just our own little problem, but just because everything that happened. I mean, this is, we're still quite young, and we haven't really, we live in Western Europe. We haven't really lived any kind of, you know, pandemics or anything really. In Sweden, no wars, no. So we had a pretty easy life, and this really made us connect. I think it was some great and some really bad experiences in the way that I felt there was this connection between Europeans. In our case, just because we're here and the pandemic was hitting us really bad, and we saw the Germans taking in these Italian people who were sick to help them, and there was a lot of beautiful, brotherhoodly things to see. But then all of a sudden, politicians starting, manipulating and using all these numbers of hundreds of thousands who died to attack each other, and that kind of brought us back to this feeling of that we're gonna come out of this pandemic just exactly as we went in,
Yeah.
with the greedy ones, the ones in power, just fucking doing anything to push their ideas and not respecting anything. So it kind of, I saw a light when it started, and I felt like, okay, now we're gonna something happening. We're finally, but then, bam,
Yep.
the hammer of reality, smashed us.
I may sound like a diehard Soen fan, which I probably am, but the truth is that the
Very good.
Imperial is the album I'm the most looking forward to add to my music room in 2021. It's available as a pre-order on via soenmusic.com. It will soon be streamed in all major digital platforms in January. Martin, before I let you go, I have a few more quick questions that they only require one or two word answers. Are you up for it?
Of course.
Growing up, who was your favorite drummer?
Growing up, I think maybe Gene Hoglan actually.
Oh, nice.
I
Uh,
mean,
oh, go
yeah.
ahead, sir.
I mean, I had a lot of, because when I was a little kid, there was, my surroundings were more about people listening to Latin music, and there was a lot of Latin percussionists and drummers that I loved. But here, I remember hearing Gene Hoglan for the first time, and realizing what you can do with a drum set was quite a game
Yeah.
changer.
How old were you in that era?
I must have been, I was already a drummer, but I must have been 13 when I
Okay.
realized, when I heard that stuff.
What album would you would never get rid of?
The Wall,
The Wall. Question in the same vein. Pick one. Megadeth, Pink Floyd, Avenged Sevenfold.
Pink Floyd.
You played live in hundreds of different venues. Which one was your favorite? For your own reasons. I mean, could be for any reasons.
Um, we're gonna say Lunario in Mexico,
One country you haven't played live and that you look forward to.
Japan.
Japan. Nice. Out of the
Thank you.
five band members, who is the grumpiest?
Me.
And again, out of the five members, who is the funniest?
Lars.
Lars. Name a band that you secretly like.
Secretly. Um, Soren.
Love it. Last one for you, Martin. Will we have a chance to see you in Canada sometimes next year?
That's the plan. That's the plan. The plan is going over by the end of the year next year, but otherwise we definitely go in the 2022.
Okay.
And I hope that you take care of us again.
Oh, I'll do whatever it takes.
We'll arrange it.
Martin, it was a true honor to have you on Profile. Thank you so much for accepting the invite.
It was a pleasure and nice talking to you, man. And we had really great time with you last time in Canada and at the Polish Prog
Yeah,
Festival.
yeah, Prague and Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And hope to see you soon.
absolutely. Same here. So,
And our
oops,
Canadian, our beloved Canadian fans, of course.
absolutely. Again, Imperial is to be released on January 29th. Guys, don't wait to pre-order your copy. Do it now. It's a very, very good album. So cheers all. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Hey.